Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bible Belt Bros podcast. We are here 3 weeks in a row. I feel like I've been super productive and times are changing.
This is weird, dude.
Yeah, that's weird.
How come I move farther away and we podcast more?
Well, here's the deal, all right? Like, I just get in these mood swings, so let's just keep the train running as long as it can.
You are missing me.
I am missing you. You have a pool now, so why would I not come over?
True this. I have seen you a lot more these last few weeks than I have, I think, in our entire relationship.
Well, you now have a yard I can bring my dog to, and so I get, like, because we do dog parks all the time because we have one dog and she's always bored, and I'm lazy and I don't want to go outside, and so we take her to a dog park, and then she's done for like a couple days. So now we just go to your house. Your dogs can play, we can podcast, then I jump in a pool, and I go home, and it's been a great day.
Yeah, you feel very productive? Although you've been very selfish, but you've gotten a lot of things done.
It's a win-win-win, situation.
Okay, Michael Scott.
Selling houses?
Dude,
sitting in houses?
It's busy.
It's a great time to buy a house, isn't it?
It's a great time to buy and sell.
Hashtag ad. It's a great time to buy and sell. Interest rates are still...
It's incredible how fast homes are moving. So I hope to have my other home on the market soon, if anyone wants to buy it.
You can be a Bible Belt third bro.
If we'd like you.
Yeah, I guess you have to do more than just buy a house.
Yeah.
To become our friends. I have a hard enough time just hanging out with one friend. I don't know if I'm going to...
Hey, man.
I'm not a great friend, honestly. Like, I'm super outgoing. Like, I have an outgoing personality. Like,
where's this out? Do you keep this in storage?
When I'm out finally in public. But, like, if...
Compared to who?
Compared to my wife.
Okay. I agree with that.
So it doesn't help that Shay and I both are just like...
Are introverts.
I just want to chill and hang out at home. People assume that I'm more outgoing because I'm on stage and I sing and stuff like that. And so they're like, oh, wow, he must be a life of the party. And like, no, like even at a party, I'm kind of in the background, like I'm not that guy. So
nope, I'd be that guy.
I do get stir crazy more than Shay, and that's why we go do things. But half the time we are both like, let's just chill at home. We call it No Friends Friday because we both
just have no friends.
Well, in some Fridays we are like, hey, we should have done something tonight because we both feel like doing something tonight, but we didn't invest in those relationships. We didn't reap and sow. If we're taking it back to the last week. If you haven't listened,
back.
Didn't reap and sow those relationships. So we have, we did reap and sow. We're just sowing not having plans because we didn't make any plans earlier. And so that's kind of what my struggle is.
So I like to have people over. I'm a homebody, but I like being around people. But I like people to come to my home.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, we have people over all the time. And there's Fridays where Lisa's like, you want to invite Dusty and Shay? I'm like, it's No Friends Friday. No.
Well, like, it's one of those things, especially if you invite us after we already just got home. So, like, we already just got home, sat down. When I sit down, I'm done. Like, I am done.
See,
and so
I'm the opposite.
If you started that at like 3 o'clock, then we could plan, like, really if you start earlier than that. Like, even Shay's...
If you asked me 2 days before...
Even Shay's sister schedules Zoom video or Zoom board games with us from Houston. And so, but you can't do it on, like, Saturday. Like, hey, you want to play games tonight? It's usually going to be... No.
I'm always a last-minute guy, so... That's why you don't come
And I
over
am too.
much.
I'm not a planner. That's my problem is I don't plan, so I never do anything because I never plan to go do anything.
But see, me, I can't go straight from doing one thing to doing another. I have to go home and sit down first. Even if I sit down for literally 20 seconds, I just have to sit down, and then I'm good to go.
There's a difference of sitting down knowing that you're getting back up and sitting down not knowing. And
well,
so,
even if I
it's
don't...
like the work from home switch, you know?
Right.
Like, it's just that, like...
I got to get my party clothes on.
Your birthday suit in your new pool?
I may or may not have done that already.
So, there's just a switch that has to flip. I can't flip to hanging out and sitting on the couch for the rest of the night. I have to have that switch still on that we're going to do something. I like to do stuff. Don't get me wrong. One of our new clients for work is that Golf Suites Flying T.
Oh yeah.
Thing. So I need to check out and check in with our clients every once in a while.
So what you're saying is you're going to get me some coupons?
Well, if they give me some coupons, then I need to have friends to go with, and I really want to try to get my son into golfing. I think that would be something that he would enjoy. He's not a very competitive kid with other kids, and so I think something that maybe he can just try to better his score every time.
You might want to get him into Frisbee golf.
Get him into Frisbee golf first. He was pretty good. He played that one day.
Yeah.
He seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, he did.
So, Andrew, you have the topic for today.
Yes.
Finally. I've provided the last two. My board's getting cleaned up. Because my next stuff is videos, so we need to get the videos recorded as well.
So, you guys already heard my topic. I brought it up at the end of last week's episode.
Oh, yeah. Facebook?
Facebook is the devil.
Oh, yeah. Facebook.
Or is Facebook the devil?
Oh, because you got to ask the question.
That's right.
You decide.
We got to let our viewers decide, or our listeners decide. So, is Facebook the devil? And to me, anything that you spend more time doing than worshiping God or anything that you're using that doesn't necessarily glorify God, because I'm not going to say I read the Bible 8 hours a day because I'm at work 8 hours a day. I'm not saying that, but my work does allow me to glorify God.
Okay.
So,
tracking.
Does Facebook allow you, or do you use Facebook as a avenue to glorify God? Because there are people who use Facebook and just post nothing but scriptures or blessings
or memes.
from God.
I mean, we have a meme pastor at our church, or at least that's what I call him. He's a guy in our church that just posts memes all the time, and they're great. I think that's a ministry.
A meme ministry.
Meme.
All right.
Ministry.
Nice. So, yeah, is Facebook the devil? Do you spend more time getting involved in other people's drama or on gossip boards and stuff that's not helpful to you or your relationships around you than you do glorifying God with it?
And let's throw this in there. Please be sure to like us on Facebook. I think you can actually just roll in all social media. Is social media the devil? Is social media your God? Is social media a distraction? All those kind of words can define social media for sure.
Yeah, because especially the newer platforms, and it's not new, it's just the hot platforms of the time, like TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I open up TikTok. I don't even open up TikTok because all that it is girls in bikinis bouncing around.
Girls want clout, whatever they call
yeah.
those kids call it nowadays.
And so they're getting viewers. Unfortunately, I mean, that's what the world's come to, is you got to be half naked to get...
Yeah. But me half naked doesn't work. I found that out. No, I'm joking. I got 2 views, both myself viewing it.
And the police.
Yes. So my problem with social media, there is that. There's always been, the people broadcast their lives a certain way on social media, and then people don't actually let people really know what they're dealing with in real life, like maybe a mental struggle or relationship struggles. They post this like our life is perfect, and then they get divorced or whatever happens, and you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? And so I think that is an issue. Like, people never get the self-help that they need because they're too afraid to ruin an image that they've put out there.
We kind of circled back to one of our very first topics when we were going through the book, when we get drugged to church and we're, fighting in the car on the way to church, and then we get to church and we're all smiles and the family is perfect, picture perfect family. That's kind of how we act on social media platforms.
Social media is a way for us to do that.
Right.
And so there's some people that have social medias like that, like celebrity-wise, and the ones that post the story of the behind the scenes, like what actually happened before this crazy nice picture of my kid, that my kid actually threw up everywhere and I had to clean it up. Those are fun to see.
Had to change clothes and all that.
Oh, yeah. You saw this picture perfect, and yes, this picture is great, and this is like how I like to view my child. But let me tell you what my child was doing 5 minutes before this picture.
5 seconds.
Or right after this picture.
Or this was just one of 100 snaps that the photographer took, and this was the only one my child wasn't screaming in.
Yeah, it was mid-cry.
Yeah. And I was mid-cry, too.
Yeah.
Just so happened we synchronized our mid-cries.
And so I think that is a problem. There's a couple of issues I have with social media, if you want me to go ahead and just get started in it. The thing that there's the comparison issue that you will have on social media.
All the time.
And so
I'm always comparing
Instagram
my
is
belly
one of
size
those
to yours.
worst ones when it comes to comparing, I think, because it's only picture based, you know? So you constantly scroll through Instagram and you're seeing people's picture perfect lives. You're seeing the only pictures of me going out and hanging out with friends, because I'm, you know what I mean? Like those are the pictures I'm posting. Is like, hey, I'm, hanging out with my friend Andrew, and it looks like we do that all the time.
We don't.
That was the only, like, you can just go through my Instagram. The last time you see a picture with me and Andrew is probably the last time we hung out. Last year? No, I'm joking.
Let me go.
Oh gosh, don't do that. And so it's easy to look at other people's pictures or like vacation pictures, and it's just to covet. And that's one of the 10 commandments, is to not covet. And it's because it just, it robs you of being able to see the blessings that God has given in your life, the way that he's been taking care of you and the family and your health, because you're constantly looking at the grass is greener approach, for me anyway, scrolling through Instagram and just seeing like, oh, they have fun. Oh, look at their house. Their house has like...
I'm not on your Instagram, dude.
You're not on mine?
Unless you're talking about our Bible Belt Bros picture.
Well, we need to hang out so he could be on my Instagram. And so there's that. Twitter, I use Twitter as celebrity following and like current events following and live sports or live events.
I use Twitter to laugh at Trump's tweets.
Like, I'm the guy that I laugh, but I'll never retweet it because I don't want to get involved.
Oh, I'll retweet it because nobody follows me on Twitter.
That's true. Nobody follows.
So I have to be careful on Facebook because I do a lot of Facebook marketing, and unfortunately...
So in a way, we are doing the same thing by not posting. We are providing a... You have to be ready for the conversations that follow to explain yourself, and nobody really actually wants to listen to those conversations. Nobody's going into the comments to actually see what you meant by something that they took the wrong way.
That's actually why I
go into the comments to figure out what other people are saying, but not what the person that actually... So Facebook is probably the one that you get the most fighting in. It's still the most fighting platform, airing out dirty laundry platform. Yeah, it's just... And to me, like, I can just find myself just constantly scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, looking at the same things over and over and over again. And Instagram and Twitter know that, and Facebook, they all know that. And so that's why they don't show you everything. People always complain about, like, oh, I never see my friends' posts. Well, because you're not one of those people that are refreshing in every 5 minutes and getting the new set of posts,
5 minutes? Like every 5 seconds.
Okay, 5
How many friends you got, dude? One?
Not very many. I just unfollow a lot of people. So we're still friends, but I probably don't see your stuff.
I snooze everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of snoozing going on in mine too. So, but to me, the biggest one is the comparing, coveting.
Right.
That sin is definitely super magnified.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons I hardly use the platform anymore. I use it for work, in which I do marketing on it. And unfortunately, it's kind of a requirement this day and age just to do Facebook marketing. Although it's a dying platform, it's still the platform you do majority of your marketing on. Your SEO, how often do you market on Facebook?
Every day we have ads going.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, and especially your market. Facebook is becoming the older.
Right.
But that for you is great.
Is what I want, yeah.
Because you want the home buyers. You want the people that are empty nesters getting ready to get...
have disposable income.
Yeah. And so that works for you. And my industry... have businesses like you. We're a business-to-business industry, so you're on there only for business. So guess what? I'm hitting you because we're a business, and then you're still doing business by checking us out. And so there's people that I've seen in the SEO industry using TikTok.
And that's one of the next platforms I need to get into is TikTok, because that's the younger generation, the generation who's starting to buy homes.
Yeah. Well, and so... the SEO, like there's other ways to make money on TikTok. Like people, like with streaming, is just tips basically. So there's an SEO guy that has like coaching for kids on growing their TikToks. That's all he's doing. And whether he's right or wrong, who knows? But he's a guy that is constantly talking about TikTok algorithm, TikTok changes, bam, bam, bam. And so people are tipping him to learn more about or ask a question. And when you tip, that question gets pinged and he answers it. And then he can be like, well, why don't you just, instead of keep tipping, why don't you just join my monthly coaching? So bam, he has a monthly subscription now for all these kids, just telling them different things about TikTok. And he's making, like, he's not even working for the future home buyer, for instance. He's looking for people trying to figure out what things to invest in, that kind of thing. Like, it's very interesting how you can make money, because I didn't look into TikTok as a marketing thing for me, but there is outside the box marketing opportunities.
Absolutely.
On all those platforms.
Dude, I'm part of so many groups, and social media is the biggest way you expand your brand, because people don't pick up newspapers anymore.
So, yeah, nobody's reading those ads on purpose. You have to get in front of them, and that's why I try to tell businesses. Well, this is like a Facebook marketing podcast at this point, because we're saying it's the devil, but then we're also saying, well, you need the devil if you're going to survive in life.
So, unfortunately, in today's economy, you do,
yeah.
But so personally, I don't use Facebook very often just for myself. It's really just for my business. So yes, to me, Facebook is still the devil. Like Instagram, it's all pictures, very few words, if any words. TikTok, it's all scantily clad women that are just jumping around.
It's not all that. You have to be on. Supposedly, the TikTok platform, you have to be on there enough, and you have to like enough things that are not that. If you don't like any TikTok things, it's not going to filter those out. You have to start liking certain hashtags and stuff to...
Oh, so see, I don't have any likes on there.
Right. I typically don't like everything I see, like these kids like everything,
Yes.
Like everything.
And so then another big thing also is Snapchat for marketing.
Yeah.
I
Stories in general, Snapchat stories. And
yeah, I have, again, I follow a lot of people who are telling me how to, expand my business using social media, and Snapchat is one of those big things. And there's people who are like, I made $10 million last year using Snapchat. Wow.
Or like YouTube, like my company uses YouTube as people are no longer searching and trying to read a blog. They're too lazy to read, and they just want you to tell them.
Right.
The points, tell them the things to look for. And so
that's what I do. That's kind of that picture comment and just scrolling down and reading the comments. I'm too lazy to read or try and figure something out. So I look at the first few comments. It's usually one of the first 5 pinned comments.
That's why so many people believe like the satire news stories, because they don't actually read the news story. They just read the headline.
Read the article. Yeah, the headline.
And they never actually click on it to see.
But even if you click on the comments, usually one of the first 5 will tell you this is satire.
Yeah. But no, you just keep scrolling.
Yep.
What I was going to say about marketing.
Do you know Michael Jackson's still alive? I saw it on Facebook.
What?
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
I was scrolling through.
I swear he was dead.
Yeah. Nope. He's in Nevada.
With Elvis?
With Elvis, yeah. Area 51.
What I was going to say about like Facebook marketing is I try to tell boomers when they're trying to market their Facebook.
Is that in Oklahoma?
No, boomers is like what kids call old people. I'm a boomer technically, but too old for the video games. Anyways, boomer marketing, one of the things that they try to do is they basically fill it with ads. Like they're trying to replace those newspaper ads that people don't read and throw them on Facebook and think, oh, now people are going to read it. No, nobody's going to read it. They're going to hide you right away. So I constantly try to coach and teach our clients. Social media is social. They want behind the scenes. They want, like, that's why Snapchat's so good, because it's just the behind the scenes. Like, yes, you're selling something. That's obvious. You're a business account. Like, they know that you're selling stuff. And so instead of trying to sales pitch every time they see your stuff, why don't you just show them like how you make something? For instance, I used to own a printing company. Instead of saying, we got t-shirts on sale for $5, how about we say, look at these cool t-shirts, and show them like the printing process as we're printing them. That got way more traction than it gets when you're trying to throw an ad out there on Facebook. So with social media, be social with it. Show them your real self. Show them the behind the scenes of what's going on. Show them part of the process. Don't just throw ads at them. It says for $9.99 a month, you can get this. That's obvious. You're a business. We know that. What else do you have for me? What's the annoying thing about Facebook is the ads that follow you from everywhere that you've been before. And so if you're just another...
But like, all right, my phone is now pointing at your Xbox controller. I will now have an Xbox ad on my Facebook.
And so
somewhere.
having all those ads is annoying. So if you're a business account and you're just another ad, you're not going to get the follows, or you think you're going to get the follows, but they also snoozed you. And so you're not hidden, or you're not showing up on their stuff. And then you complain that Facebook hates you, but it's really because your ads suck. Sorry, business advice, back to Facebook being the devil. Just monitor your time. I would have to say, Andrew, I'm not great at it. Every week at house church, my Bible app is...
Facebook.
No. My Bible app is on the chapter that we've been on. So like I don't have to like turn the page, because I haven't turned the page since the last week. And every week I open the Bible app and I'm like, crap, I didn't read anything else besides this.
That's funny.
Last Wednesday. So that's what I would say is...
You want my humble brag?
Do your humble... Oh, you're just going to talk about...
Let's see. Let's see what my Bible app streak is right now. 1,032. There's my humble brag. 146 weeks straight. Just saying.
Nice. I got 0 weeks straight.
0 days straight?
0 days.
Actually, if you open it today, you'll have 2 days because you opened it.
Because I opened it yesterday.
Yep.
That's true. I did open it today for one of the things.
Well, what? 2-day streak?
Researching a podcast.
Oh.
Episode. I was like, what's the Bible say about this? Okay, I'll have a look. So it's yeah. I need to do better at that personally. I say that all the time. Maybe one of these days I'll actually add some action behind the thought.
So Bible app you can also treat as social media, because you can see what your friends are doing, what verses they're reading. Like my wife highlighted John 11:35. What is that, Dusty?
11:35?
Yeah, John 11:35.
I don't know.
Jesus wept.
Oh, God. Her quiet times were doing really well, I guess.
She must be crying a lot.
Jesus wept, so I'm weeping.
That's right. If Jesus can cry, I can too. So yeah, I mean, you can.
So you're saying get off Facebook, get on the Bible app.
There you go, and talk to your friends about God.
Don't read the Bible, just
Just
see what
social
other people
media.
are reading.
I mean, but on that, like, all right, Mary, she read Job 34:3-4. The ear tests words as the tongue tastes food. Let's decide for ourselves what is right, and let's learn together what is good. So yeah, it's another social media, but I'm learning about God.
Right. It's like positive social media.
Right.
Almost.
It's not the devil.
All right. So if you want your social media fix, people have those screen time limits on their phone. Like my wife does that, so she doesn't do social media too much. Then get the Bible app, use that, and that does not count against your screen time.
That's right. But you can see what people are.
But you can still see what people are doing.
Yeah.
I might actually check that out. Start running some ads on it.
Good thing is there's no ads on here.
Oh, not even from God? Like
no. Unless the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. That is
Jesus
the verse of the day.
Jesus is, that's an ad. That's
Because
God.
it has a picture.
That's Jesus or God saying, here's a verse you should read. Check out my verse. #ad. Go to my channel in John.
Well, guys, this has been a fun one.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious we all have a love-hate with social media. And
I don't have a love for it, though. I have a hate for it, and I have a need for it.
So just, never mind. We don't all have a love-hate for it. I have a love-hate for it. Most people would say they love-hate it. I mean, their actions show that they love it because they're on it so much. And so just monitor it. Check out the Bible app. I'm going to. I learned something new today. Hopefully you did too. Until next time, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, social media. We do have an Instagram that we barely use. And all those other things. Check us out there. And
Give us a like. Again, I need it.
smash that like button. Boing, boing, boing. I hate saying that, but we have to do it.
That's right. All right.
See ya. Hopefully 4 weeks in a row. Coming
Take it
soon.
easy.